Howdy, ho
sailors.
sailors.
I'm Roman.
And I'm Izzy, and welcome to the Breaking Wave. Today we are joined by our principal, Miss Cole. We are super excited to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me. What an exciting day.
All right, so we have some questions for you. My first question is, we're at the end of our first 4-week block of classes.
Can you believe it?
I know, it's crazy. It happened
we
so
are.
fast. What are some cool things that you witnessed during the first 4 weeks of virtual classes?
Oh man, it has been really interesting to pop into classes while sitting in this very same location and just go from class to class. I think the coolest thing that I've seen is just how flexible that everyone has been and how willing to just keep trying, even though this might not be our preferred way. I think that what I've seen is everyone willing to keep trying and to do better each day, trying to figure things out. It's been really fun to pop into orchestra and see everybody playing along. It's been fun to see people coming through the supply pickup to get their food ingredients for their culinary classes and really trying to continue doing school even in this new environment. So there's been so many different things, but those are some of the highlights.
Wow, that does sound like a lot of fun and a lot of different experiences throughout the school. But now that we're heading into our next 4-week session, people might be very uncertain about what things are going to look like, not really sure. So is there anything you can tell us about what the rest of the semester is going to look like?
Yeah, so in terms of just our schedule or getting into the building or all of the things?
Yeah, I guess just overall.
All the things. So I would say we're getting used to not knowing, right? And that things continue to change and then we make a plan and then we plan again. And so right now what we're really working on is trying to get some kids back into the building, into maybe like an internet cafe or something like that, where we know we have some students who are still struggling to have internet access. So that's kind of our first wave and trying to get that up and running. We're waiting to kind of see when that will happen. But we really want to get kids back into the building in a safe way when we can do that. So that's what we're working on. But things will continue to evolve and change. We're excited to kind of do the supply pickup for the next round of classes this week and hopefully see everybody again coming through. And that's always a highlight too. But things will continue to change and we just keep planning and seeing what will happen. So that's the update right now. Get ready for things to continue to evolve and change as things go.
Yeah, there really is a whole lot of unknown right now.
That is the truth. We're getting better at dealing with it though, I think.
Yes.
That's what it is today. We'll see what it is tomorrow. It's very freeing now.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so what is something cool that you've learned during the first 4-week session that you're going to carry into the next session?
Good question. So one thing I've learned is how important it is to just keep laughing. I think that sometimes I feel by the end of the day that my shoulders are tight and up by my ears, and how good it is to just have a good laugh and to get outside, and how important balance is throughout all of this, and to remember to give ourselves grace and that we're still in a pandemic and we're all doing the best that we can to get through and to apply the same measure of grace to ourselves that we would to others. So that's something that I'm really working on, and just keeping laughing. I think that that's important, and find a way to get outside and find people who make you laugh. That's what I've learned.
Well, you are very wise, Miss Cole. Wiser than us. And for our final question, we have heard that Mr. Cushman briefed you on our little anchor debate, but do you believe Tony Stark / Iron Man, is he a superhero? Yes or no?
I just don't understand how you could say no. I would love to hear some debate on this. I don't know how it's even a debate. Of course, Tony Stark, Iron Man, is most certainly a superhero. I mean, look at all of the amazing things that he's done. And Tony Stark is the coolest. So I don't know how. I would love to hear a debate otherwise of how this could be a counter argument, if you will.
Well, a quick summary of our discussions in Anchor,
okay,
were that there's somewhat of a separation between Tony Stark and Iron Man as two different personas. And so Iron Man might be the hero, but Tony Stark has a lot of more human flaws. And so
Ah,
there was a lot of discussion about which one kind of represents who he really is.
oh man, that's much deeper than I took things, but you know, that's what Anchor's for. Deep, deep questions that can be answered only by thoughtful people.
The important stuff was substance.
Yes, for sure.
Okay, Ms. Colwell, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to come on our show. We very appreciate it, and so does the student body.
So good to see you guys. What a treat. Thanks for all your work and for all your leadership of our school.
Thank you. Looking forward to the next 4 weeks.
Can't wait. Here we go.
Luke, I understand you have some interesting updates on this year's yearbook. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I just wanted to let everyone know that photos and quotes are due on October 30th this year, and to make sure to submit your senior photos and quotes.
Sweet. I've got a question for Megan. A lot of the clubs and organizations have been having some trouble adapting to online and everything. How's Yearbook handling it?
Well, obviously we're not meeting together, so it's kind of hard to get pictures of people. But what we have been doing is been asking people like are maybe doing sports on their own to send us a picture and we can interview them virtually. And obviously we don't have like our computers or the like software that we've been using, so we're still kind of figuring things out.
That's cool. Well, it's good to hear we're still going to have one though this year, because I know that's something that I was worried about a bit. Awesome.
Is there anything else you guys would like to share with us about the yearbook?
Relating to photos and quotes, there's a couple of qualifications that we want people to know that their photos have to meet. We want your photo to reflect your personality, and that means don't be stupid. We can't put a picture that is obviously not school appropriate. We need you to have a head and shoulder photo, so not a full body, and we need you to be looking straight at the camera with your head and shoulders taking up about a third of the photo. And we can also crop photos, so if you send in a full picture, don't worry about it. But we also want to make sure that people are smart with their quotes, and that if you send something stupid, we're not going to give you a second chance and you'll just have an anchor.
I see.
That's
Now, a
about-
lot of people like to, get creative with their quotes and everything.
Yeah.
Are different languages allowed for the quotes? Like you might not know the answer to that yet, and that's fine, but just an idea for you.
Well, as long as it's school appropriate, we'd probably, if you send in a different language, we'd throw it into Google Translate, and if anything that we didn't understand popped up, we probably wouldn't put it in. But if you're able to prove that it was school appropriate, we could make that work.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's all we've got from Yearbook. Thank you, Luke and Megan, for coming on,
Yeah, thank
telling
you.
us about what's going on, and looking forward to seeing it later this year.
All right. And then if you have any trouble submitting, just make sure to contact sehomeyearbook@gmail.com.